Welcome, dear friends. How are you all? Look, today we have brought an interesting movie based on alternate reality or multiverse, but its special thing is that it is a real story. Now, you all must be wondering what has gone to Rockerbai's mind. Who is calling it alternate reality as well as real story? But I am absolutely right, friends. By the way, if someone had said in 1800 or 1900 that people of alternate reality are coming among us, then hardly. No one would believe it to be true because no one can find out when the people coming from the alternate reality come and when they disappear because there was no such technology at that time. Hence, people did not believe the multiverse to be true. But after the advent of modern technology, where there are CCTV cameras installed on the sides, people coming from the alternate reality can be easily tracked, and they can also be seen disappearing. Well, in this movie, a woman comes to buy a train ticket, but she asks for a ticket to a place. Now the booking clerk gets confused, but she says that I often take the train from here and get down at that place. So is this woman telling the truth? And what secret is hidden behind her words? Was that clerk able to find out that secret? This is the story of this movie, so let's watch this American science fiction movie whose name is The Commuter. Well, you just stay till the end, because full enjoy is going to come. The movie will start in America. You can see this happening in a small railway station named Walking. Friends, this is our AD who works in the ticket office of this station. Apart from being very sincere in his work, he also helps the passengers. If any foreigner comes here and does not know the way here, then Eddie shows them the best way. See this. A woman is not able to take down the trolley of her small child from the stairs, and not a single person helps her. Only his Eddie, his Eddie, his. It helps that Eddie has a small family in which he has a wife and a son who is a teenager, but the son behaves very violently and often creates some trouble. Even today, his wife calls him and says that his son has done something. But AD is very strict on duty time and doesn't want to talk personal and says, okay, he will talk to everyone. Hang up the phone now. Then he opens the ticket counter and passengers form a queue there. Meanwhile, a woman named Linda comes and asks for a ticket. Eddie says, yes, tell me the place. Linda says, first, tell me why your face is so sad. Do you have any problems in life? She lights a cigarette. Then Eddie says, no, cigarette smoking is not allowed here. It will not be good for your health. She immediately lights the lighter and says, thank you, but I need a ticket to Macon Heights. Eddie says, I have been working here for 20 years, and I have never heard the name of Macon Heights till date, and even if that place exists, no train goes from here to there. I can say this with certainty. But Linda says, hey, what are you talking about? I often go from here only. I take the train and go straight to Macon Heights. Eddie also gets confused and asks her, okay, please do one thing. Tell me the number of that train or its timings. She says very quickly, hey, there are 3 trains going to Macon Heights every day. So one at 9:1, the second at 1:9, and the third at 5:1. AD says, no, madam. The train that comes at these times goes to Aldine Station, but the one you are talking about goes to Macon Heights. There is no station in the path of that train. Then Linda asks Eddie to check on his computer. Eddie also looks at his monitor and turns to find Linda not there. Eddie also wonders where he has disappeared. Then after work, he tells about this to his colleague Charles, who says, hey, Macon Heights, I have never heard of this name. I feel like no woman has come and no one has gone missing. All this is just confusion in your mind. Hey, you are getting old. Maybe your imagination is working a little on its own. Now, after hearing this, he also gets ready and says, son, make fun of me. You will also have to grow old one day. Well, see you tomorrow at Eddie's house. He leaves for the police station, but the police is sitting at home because Eddie's son Sam had hit his girlfriend today, and the girl has complained to the police. Eddie then somehow talks to the police and settles the matter for now, and he says that in future he will never do such a thing. I take a promise from you that the police also forestall him and go away. ADF asks Sam, that son, why do you get so angry on everything? Why do you become so violent? You and his son also say, Papa, I myself don't know why I become so violent. Everyone is afraid of me. Papa? Eddie says, okay, don't worry. Everything will be fine. Now you rest. Linda will come there again the next morning. She asks for a train ticket to Macon Heights at 1 South. This time, Eddie calls her inside and sits down and also calls Charles. He again repeats the same things from yesterday. Charles asks, Macon Heights, what are you talking about? What kind of place is this? How many people live there? She also says how many people, 5,000 people, live there. Now Eddie asks, okay, tell me one thing. How much time does it take to go to Macon Heights? She tells that it takes about 27 to 28 minutes and the insurance there. I also work in the company, but why are you people asking so many questions? Is there something wrong? Charles then shows him his system and says, see, there is no station named Macon Heights on the route of that train. Then how do you go there? Now after saying this, when he turns around, Linda is not there, and Charles also gets shocked as to where she has disappeared. Look, this is what I was telling you yesterday, and you were making fun of me. Maybe it was someone or something. Now, when Eddie comes out, there is a 9-1 train going to Aldenhill. Linda had mentioned the same train that goes to Macon. Eddie is desperate to find out the truth. He also boards the train and starts looking for Linda, but she is not there. There is a passenger sitting there whom we will call Mr. What happened, sir? Is it the duty of ticket checking today? Is it your duty to check the ticket? Eddie gets down after answering in the name and blows the whistle, and the train starts. When Eddie comes home now, he comes to know that today, Sam has called his mother, i.e. Eddie's wife. He has killed. He is a very dangerous boy. His Eddie also gets worried and takes him to a psychiatrist. But during the consultation, Eddie feels that Linda has come here too. The psychiatrist tells, look, your child Sam has some stress since childhood, due to which he becomes excessively violent. In future, his anger and violence may increase further, so always keep an eye on him. Eddie becomes very sad about his son because the child repeatedly does such things which cause disrespect. If it has to happen, then it definitely hurts. That night he asks his wife, do you remember our first meeting? She says, why not? You used to work in the train, and I used to travel in the train every day. We both became friends when we met. Only after 2 months did you have the courage to ask me out on a date. Really, what happened next? We got married, and Sam was born. This is the history of our love story. Now, the next day, Eddie is not able to do his work properly because he has to face problems at home. If Sam's problems are taken care of, then Linda's are taken care of here because Linda has also given him a headache by becoming a mysterious woman who is repeatedly talking about a place which is not even on the map and above. Thinking that today I will find out the truth, D boards the 9-1 train and then sets a timer on his phone for 28 minutes because Linda. It was said that it takes 27 to 28 minutes to go from here to Macon Heights. So even today, mister, he starts looking outside. He sees Linda standing outside. He gets confused again as to who is this woman and why am I seeing her everywhere. The train had gone a long way, but till now, not even a single station has come. It was about 27 minutes in the timer, but till now there was no sign of Mac Heights station. Then Eddie sees something like a city outside. Meanwhile, Mr. When the door opens while the train is moving, how does he shout to Mr.? His timer had also reached 0. So thinking that this is the Mecca Knights, Eddie also jumps from the train, and then he sees that many people are jumping from that train to this place and climbing a mountain and reaching that city. Eddie also starts walking with them without thinking anything and reaches that city where elders and children are all together. Eddie then goes to a restaurant there. The waitress welcomes him and asks, what would you like to have? Sir, Eddie asks for tea. She immediately brings tea and tells that this is an apple cake which I have made myself. You go and tell me how it is. When he eats the cake, he gets completely mesmerized because he had never eaten such a tasty cake in his life. When he comes out, a couple collides with him. The man says, sorry, sir, we have an engagement today, so I was playing a joke and collided with you. Very sorry for that. Please forgive me. Do it, Eddie also says. No problem. Congratulations to both of you. He says thank you to both of you and leaves. This place, the behavior of the people, all this wins the heart of Eddie. Brother, everyone here looks very happy from one side. The children play with kites and have fun. Seeing this, Eddie's heart becomes a little lighter. Then Linda comes there. Eddie asks, sure, this is all a game in my mind. Right in real life, I am trying to get rid of my problems. My mind is playing tricks on me and trying to make me believe that I am in this beautiful place. Linda says, how do you know it's not real? Eddie says, there is no place in the world where everyone is happy. There is sadness in no one. I was in the train when suddenly people started jumping from the train. I also jumped and reached this place. Hey, does this happen in real life? Linda also laughs and says, this is also real. Actually, 9-1. That train has brought you to the alternate reality. Here, the people are the same, but in this alternate reality, they have no sorrows. Everyone is very happy, and this is the place Macken Heights about which you were asking again and again. At 5:1, a train going to Walking Town will come, and if you go back in it, you will reach your home. The sorrow that your family has in reality will not be there in the alternate reality, and you will be able to live happily with your family. AD. He doesn't understand what she is saying, and how what she is saying is possible. Still, he waits there till 5:1. Like the rest of the people are also waiting there for the 5:19 train, and just like they had jumped from the moving train, everyone starts boarding the moving train. Eventually, Eddie reaches the walking station. He feels that he got happiness by going to the alternate reality, but after today he decides that he will not go there and goes home. He goes, but isn't it? His wife is looking a lot happier today. She is also very beautiful in appearance. Eddie also gets confused and goes to his son Sam's room. But Sam is not there. Rather, the room is a storeroom. Looks like his wife says, "Hey, why have you come to this room? Do you remember? We had prepared this room for our future child, but look at our luck. Neither did we have a child, nor could anyone use this room." And after hearing this, Eddie, he feels shocked because he is shocked that this has happened. How did he think that after coming back from Macken Heights, he has come out of the alternate reality and has come to his own reality? But the truth is that he is still in the alternate reality and in the same situation. In the alternate reality, he is living in Walking Town. In this alternate reality, he does not have any son to trouble him, hence his wife also looks very happy. Well, thinking that whatever is done, Reddy goes to work there the next day. He again helps the same woman who was not able to take down her child's trolley, but this time many more people come to help. That child is also eating something by suppressing it. In the beginning, you must have seen that, like only Eddie was helping this woman, but here in the alternate reality, all the people are good and happily helping others. Now, in this alternate reality, Eddie does some research in which he comes to know that, in a newspaper article written, it was said that a city named Macken Heights was going to be built, but that project was stopped by the government, due to which the city was not built. Then Eddie goes to meet the reporter who wrote this article and asks about that mysterious city. The reporter tells A, "I remember very well about that city project." "Well, how many times have you gone there?" Eddie says, "I have gone there only once." Macken Heights reporter says that, like you, many people come and ask me about that city, and he says that he has been to that city many times. Then she shows some documents to Eddie and tells that Macken Heights was the dream of a great architect. He wanted to build a wonderful city, but due to some reason his project was not passed. And seeing his dream project stopped, he could not bear it, and the poor guy passed away. At present, it is a completely empty place. But yes, some people say that there is really a city where everyone is very happy and everyone lives peacefully. After listening to his words, I also tried many times to go to Macken Heights, but I don't know why the train door does not open for me at that place, so I could not go there. People say that only a few people are allowed to go to Macken Heights. Then he gets a chance and finds Linda's photo in those documents. When he asks the reporter, she tells him that she is the daughter of the architect who wanted to build Macken Heights City. The poor girl was very sad at that time if her father's dream project passed. If it had happened, perhaps he would have been alive at this time, but I don't know. Where did that girl suddenly disappear? Eddie now starts getting more curious that this is a mystery within a mystery, and more mysteries are being revealed. What is the secret behind this brother? He is reading old newspapers even during work time. Meanwhile, Charles comes and says that today I should go early. My son is taking part in the school drama. Heidi laughs, "Are you married? Who is your son?" Gaia Charles says, "Man, don't joke. Man, you are getting late. Hey, I have 3 children, but look at the game of fate. I have 3, and you don't have even 1. Actually, friends, in the alternate reality, Charles has 3 children, and Eddie has no children. Then Eddie remembers his son, and he immediately goes to the train where he sees his son Sam. He definitely decides that there is happiness in the alternate reality, but I want my son, no matter how much he wants me. After deciding that he wants his own son, he boards the train. Exactly after 28 minutes, the door opens automatically and Eddie jumps down. He goes to the same restaurant where the same brace serves apple cake again. When Eddie comes out after eating happily, the same young man bumps into him again, and this time also so, he tells, that we have a new engagement. We bumped into you while playing. Sorry, sir. When Eddie congratulates him again, he says thank you and goes away. Eddie doesn't understand that exactly the same thing happened last time, and the same thing is happening even today. Confused, he sits at a place. Seeing a couple with their son, Eddie remembers his son Sam. He looks for Linda, but she is nowhere to be seen. Eddie also gets worried and gets back on the train and starts walking. He reaches the town, but is still in the alternate reality. That night, suddenly sounds come from the other room, but there is no one there. Then he climbs towards the attic, and it seems as if gravity has reversed. He appears in a white color, reaches the room where there is an old TV and a video cassette player. It has a cassette which Eddie plays. It has videos of Sam's childhood. Eddie is very sad and he wants to somehow get his son back. Next day, he again reaches Macon Heights in that train. There, he asks everyone about Linda. But now Eddie realizes that all the people here are suffering from some kind of pain or disease in their reality. And to get relief from this, these people come to this place in Macon Heights. One man says, "Hey, I don't know any Linda, etc. I am very happy here. Sir, you also stop searching for Linda and live every moment happily." A woman comes whose child Eddie often helped in getting down the stairs of the station. She cries and says, "Sir, there is something stuck in my child's throat. He is not able to breathe. Perhaps his life is in danger. Please help me." But Eddie ignores her and goes to the restaurant and asks Vet Race about Linda. But where is she? She starts narrating her grief that when I was 16 years old, a man threatened me with a knife and made me go alone. Abused. You can't even imagine how much pain I must have felt that day. Now Eddie starts thinking that every person here has suffered some kind of pain or the other. Now Eddie gets more upset and angry. When he comes out again, they clash clothes, and he again says sorry, but this time Eddie, who was angry, pushes the man, but still he gets up and happily thanks Eddie and leaves. And then one thing strikes in Eddie's mind. That day, Linda told him that she worked at an insurance company in Macon Heights. Eddie immediately finds that company, but instead of a building, there is a wall with a door. Eddie opens the door and goes inside. Instead of coming out on the other side, he goes inside a very big space where Linda is. Eddie says, "Please don't let me live in this alternate reality. Please send me back to my original reality," Linda says. "But you will be happier in the alternate reality." AD says, "Didn't you hear what I said? I don't want this fake world. I don't want fake happiness. I want to go to my reality. Nothing else. Even if there is sadness, pain, or even death. I am not worried about that. I just want to live with my son and my wife. You understood in that reality." And on this, Linda goes away without saying anything and goes into the wall. D also does not understand what kind of woman she is. He now feels that he is in the water. Then he and Linda come out, and then Linda tells Eddie that actually his father wanted to build this Macon Heights city but could not build it. He died in the same sorrow. To summon that sorrow, Linda wanted to create a city where people who are troubled by the pain and suffering of the real world can live. Actually, in the reality that Linda builds, the technology is so advanced that she can create such a city where everyone can live happy. Macon, although people from different realities can come to the Heights, but here only those people are given the opportunity to come who have suffered a lot in their reality. Those people who do not want to live in their reality. The door of the train opens only for those who want it. That reporter could not come here because she was very happy in her reality, which means that people who are already happy cannot come to Macon Heights. When unhappy people board the train, they come to Macon Heights. And when they return to their home in the evening, the earlier pain and sorrow no longer exist in their lives and they start living happy in the alternate reality. In reality, the child of the woman whose child you and others had helped had stuffed something in her mouth. Perhaps that was what he was eating. It got stuck in his throat and he passed away. This broke the woman down and she came to Macon Heights, where her son was also alive. When she goes back, she will be in an alternate reality in which her child will be fine. And after explaining all this, Linda says that there was a lot of sadness in your life. Your son used to create some trouble every day, and you were very worried. That is why the door of Macon Heights opened for you if you will live in this alternate reality. So your life will be spent comfortably, but he will try to explain a lot. But Eddie angrily says that I want my child. Whether it is good or bad, whether it gives me happiness or sadness, it is my problem. I will handle it. Who are you to force me into an alternative? Linda, who snatched my son away from me by trapping me in reality, says on this, if you go to your reality, then you are going to be in big trouble because of your son. You will not be able to face that dangerous truth. You must have heard that your reality. Some people suddenly go missing. Do you know where they go? I will tell you where they go. They go to the alternate reality to get rid of their pain and suffering. You too go from this dangerous reality to this happy reality. You are getting a chance to live. Don't waste it. If you want, you can adopt a child in the alternate reality who will obey everything you say, but none of his words can convince Eddie. He insists that I go to my real reality. So I just have to go. Linda says, okay, I made you happy as much as I could, but if you want to be sad, what can I do? When you return by the evening train, you will be in your true reality, she says, and goes away now. In the evening, Eddie is waiting for the 5-1 train, where Mr. Because my reality is very bad. D. Chowk Carr asks, hey, what has happened in your reality, Mr.? When I relived, it became difficult for me to live in that reality, so I am living in an alternate reality where I have no guilt feeling and I am living peacefully. Then Eddie boards the train and comes back to his original reality, that happiness. Kushi goes home and calls his wife. Eddie is very happy to see his son there, and the movie ends with this scene. But there are two theories about its climax. Friends. One is that really Eddie will live a good life in this reality with his son, and the second theory is that, as Linda said, that if Eddie goes back to his reality, then he will have to face a very dangerous truth. According to that, it is possible that Sam earlier too, due to his violent behavior, he had beaten his mother. Maybe now he has killed his mother. This is my guess, friends, because whenever Eddie came home, his wife was the first to open the door for him, but today, he called his wife and came inside, but his wife is not there at home. This is just a guess, because the director has left the interpretation of the climax to the viewers. By the way, what do you think? You are more intelligent than me. You have seen so many movies. Tell me by commenting. There is another movie. You must have liked it very much. Like, share it. Get subscribed to the channel. In the next video, take care of yourself, because this is very important. Health. See you in the next video. Thanks.